What happens when you wake up one morning, run your fingers through your hair, and find more strands on your pillow than on your head? When your crown, that crown you have tended and protected and loved for decades, starts to feel thinner, lighter, and less like you. If you are watching this right now, chances are you already know that feeling. And if you do, I need you to hear this clearly. You are not losing yourself. You are not fading. What is happening to you has a name. It has a science behind it. And most importantly, it has real, proven solutions. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why postmenopausal hair loss happens, what makes melanin-rich hair uniquely positioned in this conversation, and what you can do starting today to protect, restore, and celebrate the crown you were born to wear. And I promise you, if you stay until the end, I am sharing something that most hair videos for women our age never talk about. So do not go anywhere. Why menopause hits your hair so hard. Let us start at the root. Literally. Your hair grows in cycles. There is a growth phase, a transition phase, and a resting phase where the hair sits quietly before it falls out and the whole cycle begins again. For most of your adult life, estrogen has been the quiet guardian of that process. Estrogen keeps your hair in the growth phase longer. It signals to your follicles stay, grow, thrive. Then menopause arrives. When estrogen levels drop, and they drop significantly after menopause, the hormonal balance in your body shifts. Androgens, including testosterone and its more potent form DHT, become more dominant. And here is where the damage begins. DHT binds to receptors in your hair follicles and slowly begins to miniaturize them. The follicle shrinks. The hair it produces becomes finer, shorter, and lighter with every single cycle. Over time, some follicles stop producing hair altogether. This is called female pattern hair loss, and after menopause it affects up to 50% of women over 65. Let that number sink in. 1 in 2 women. And most of us are sitting in silence thinking something is wrong with us personally. Nothing is wrong with you. But something is happening and you need to know about it. Now, here's something I want you to sit with, because this part is not discussed nearly enough. Why melanin-rich hair deserves its own conversation. Your hair is a source of pride, and it should be. Melanin-rich hair, whether it grows in tight coils, soft curls, or wave patterns, is structurally unique. The follicles are curved rather than round. The hair shaft is often elliptical, which creates that gorgeous natural texture we love. And melanin itself, the pigment that gives your skin and hair that rich, luminous depth, is produced right inside the follicle. Here is where the science gets personal. Research suggests that melanin-rich hair follicles may have a higher density of androgen receptors. That means they can be more sensitive to DHT, the very hormone that triggers follicle miniaturization after menopause. Now I know someone in the comments is going to say this is not true, that hair loss is the same for everyone. And I am going to respectfully disagree. Our hair, our scalps, our histories are not the same. And pretending they are is exactly why so many women in our community go unheard. But here is how I want you to receive this information. Not as a weakness. As knowledge. Because when you know what your hair is up against, you can fight for it with intention. There is also the matter of our styling history. Many of us have spent years, even decades, in protective styles, with heat tools, chemical relaxers, braids, and weaves. And I am not here to shame any of those choices. They are expressions of our creativity, our culture, and our identity. But over time, some of these practices can contribute to traction alopecia, hair loss caused by tension on the follicle, especially along the hairline and temples. When postmenopausal hormonal changes layer on top of years of styling stress, the follicle is carrying a heavy load. Understanding your hair's history is the very first act of care you can give it right now. Drop a comment below and tell me. Are you natural, relaxed, or somewhere in between? I want to know who is in this community. Your scalp is the soil. Treat it like it matters. Here is an analogy I love. You would not expect a garden to flourish in concrete. No matter how beautiful your seeds are, if the soil is depleted, the plant cannot grow. Your scalp is the soil. And for postmenopausal hair, scalp health is everything. After menopause, the scalp changes alongside the rest of your skin. As estrogen declines, the scalp can become drier, thinner, and less resilient. Blood circulation may decrease, meaning fewer nutrients are reaching the follicles that need them most. So what do? You stimulate. You nourish. You protect. Scalp massage is one of the most undervalued tools available to you right now, and it is completely free. A 2016 study found that just 4 minutes of daily scalp massage over 24 weeks led to measurable increases in hair thickness. 4 minutes. You can do that while watching this video. Use the pads of your fingers, move in slow circular motions, and think of it as waking the soil up. For serums and oils, look for rosemary oil. And I mean this seriously. A 2015 study compared rosemary oil directly to 2% minoxidil, one of the most clinically recognized hair loss treatments, and found comparable results in hair count after 6 months. Comparable to a clinical treatment. That is not a small thing. That is extraordinary. But I will say this clearly. These are not overnight results. They are the reward of showing up for your scalp every single day. Consistency is the treatment. Feed the crown from the inside out. Your hair is one of the last places your body sends nutrients. When resources are scarce, your body prioritizes your heart, your brain, your liver. Hair gets what is left over. This is why nutritional deficiencies are one of the most common and most overlooked reasons for postmenopausal hair loss. Iron deficiency is extraordinarily common in women, especially after the metabolic changes of menopause. Low iron, even non-anemic low iron, has been directly linked to hair loss. If you have not had your ferritin levels checked recently, that is your first action step. Ask your doctor for a full iron panel including ferritin. Ferritin is the storage form of iron, and it is a far more sensitive marker for hair health than hemoglobin alone. Vitamin D is another critical piece. And here is what most mainstream content will not tell you. Melanin-rich skin, while beautifully protective against UV damage, requires more sun exposure to produce the same amount of vitamin D as lighter skin. Research has found vitamin D receptors in hair follicles, and deficiency has been associated with alopecia. Many women in our community are running on low vitamin D without even knowing it. Blood work is your best friend right now. Biotin supports the keratin structure of your hair. Zinc supports follicle function. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, walnuts, and flaxseed help nourish the scalp and reduce inflammation that can interfere with healthy follicle activity. And protein matters more than people realize because hair is made of keratin and keratin is a protein. If your diet is low in protein, your body will simply deprioritize hair production. Now here is my controversial opinion, and I know this might ruffle a few feathers. I believe the supplement industry has made billions selling women hope in a bottle, when the real answer starts with getting your blood work done first. You cannot supplement your way out of a deficiency you have not identified. Get the tests. Then build your plan. The lifestyle shifts that will change everything. Let us talk about what you do every single day, because it is adding up in ways you may not realize. If your hair is thinning, this is the moment to release any styles that place tension on the follicle, particularly along your hairline. Tight braids, heavy extensions, high ponytails pulled taut. These can accelerate traction alopecia at exactly the time your follicles are most vulnerable. Protective styling can absolutely continue. It just needs to be gentle, low manipulation, and your scalp needs regular breaks to breathe. Heat tools deserve a second look. After menopause, hair often becomes finer and more fragile. High temperatures that your hair may have tolerated for years can now cause breakage that mimics or worsens thinning. If you use heat, use a thermal protectant every single time and lower your temperature settings. This is non-negotiable now. Moisture is everything. Melanin-rich hair is naturally more prone to dryness because the curl pattern makes it harder for natural scalp oils to travel down the shaft. After menopause, that dryness increases. Deep conditioning treatments, leave-in conditioners, and sealing with natural butters or oils will help maintain the integrity of every strand you have. Sleep matters more than most people realize. Your body does its repair work at night, including follicle repair. A satin or silk pillowcase reduces friction against your hair and scalp. A small change. A real difference. And finally, this one is close to my heart. Manage your stress deliberately. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, and elevated cortisol disrupts the hair growth cycle, pushing more follicles into the shedding phase prematurely. This is called telogen effluvium, and it can happen in waves, triggered by emotional and physical stress. Whatever brings you peace, whether that is walking, prayer, meditation, time in community, or creative expression, protect it fiercely. Your crown will thank you. What nobody tells you about aging and your hair. Here is the truth that I want you to leave this video carrying. Menopause is not a diminishing. It is a reconfiguration. Your body is not betraying you. It is changing. And change requires a new kind of attention, a new kind of care. The women who come through this season with their crowns intact are not the ones who panicked or gave up. They are the ones who got curious, got consistent, and got compassionate with themselves. I want to say something that I genuinely believe and that the beauty industry does not want you to hear. Older women are not a declining market. We are not a before photo waiting for a solution. We are the destination. We are what beauty looks like when it has lived, when it has survived, when it has arrived. Your melanin-rich skin and hair carry centuries of resilience in every strand. That does not disappear after 50, after 60, after 70. It deepens. It becomes richer. Aging is not a subtraction. It is an accumulation of everything you have survived, everything you have loved, and everything you have become. You are not losing your crown. You are learning to wear it in a new way. Now I want to hear from you, and I mean this sincerely. Have you noticed changes in your hair since menopause? What has worked for you and what has not? Drop it in the comments below, because your experience might be exactly the thing someone else in this community needs to read today. And tell me this too. Do you think the beauty industry does enough for women of color over 50? Because I have some strong thoughts, and I want to know if you agree with me. If this video gave you something today, a new idea, a moment of recognition, or even just the reminder that you are not alone, please give it a thumbs up. It helps melanin over 50 reach more women just like you who need to know that their crown is still worth fighting for. And if you are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now and join this community, because we are just getting started. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next one.